Adani Group.
Adani Group companies.
Adani Group's market.
The US government has taken the Adani Group to court. A case has been filed against Gautam Adani. He is the chairman of the group.
In November 2024, the United States Department of Justice indicted Gautam Adani for allegedly paying $265 million in bribes to Indian government officials. The court needed to deliver summons, but India never responded. In January 2023, Hindenburg Research published 106 pages calling his empire the largest con in corporate history and wiped over $100 billion from Adani Group's market value in just 10 days. That firm no longer exists. Hindenburg got shut down in January 2025. Gautam Adani is now the richest man in Asia. A US indictment couldn't touch him. A $100 billion collapse couldn't finish him. The firm that tried to destroy him disappeared. And the question nobody in India's business world seems willing to answer out loud is this: how does this man keep winning? November 26, 2008, Mumbai. 166 people lost their lives across the city that night. Gautam Adani almost became one of them. He had finished dinner at the Taj Hotel with Mohammad Sharaf, CEO of Dubai Port, and he was heading out for the exit when the associate at the table called for another round of discussion. He sat back down. Minutes later, from his seat on upper level, he watched armed terrorists open fire in the lobby below. He immediately alerted hotel staff. They moved him and over 100 other guests to the basement, where he spent the next several hours in the dark, calling his family in Ahmedabad, telling the strangers around him to have faith. He later said, "I saw death at a distance of 15 feet. And that was not even the first time. In January 1998, Adani and associates were abducted at gunpoint after leaving a club in Ahmedabad and held for ransom. They were eventually released. Twice, he survived twice, and both the times, he went straight back to building. What he built across those decades is the reason nobody can stop him now." In the mid-1990s, he started with one port, Mundra, Gujarat, a stretch of coastline on Arabian Sea that nobody else wanted. And from there, he applied the same logic every single time. Find the sector India cannot function without and own it before anyone else realizes they need to be there. Ports, airports, energy, defense, roads, data center, media. India's largest private operator in almost every category that matters. By September 2022, that strategy had made him the world's second richest man. He added $60.9 billion to his wealth in a single year. More than Elon Musk, more than Jeff Bezos, more than any human being on earth. At some point, you stop being a businessman. You become a reason of state. And that is when somebody decided to test exactly how untouchable he was. January 24, 2023. The report dropped at midnight. By the time Indian markets opened, the damage had already been done. In just 10 days, over $100 billion was erased from Adani Market Group's value. Adani was in middle of raising $2.5 billion from public. The money had already come in. He had to send it all back. For a moment, it looked like empire was cracking. Within days, Adani published 413-page rebuttal, answering every single allegation point by point. Most companies issue a press statement, but he wrote a book. But more important than the length was the frame. He didn't call it an attack on Adani Group. He called it a calculated attack on India. Overnight, the story shifted. Questioning Adani began to feel anti-national. Defending him began to feel patriotic. It was move of someone who understands exactly what he represents and exactly how to use it. But smart framing doesn't pay debts. The stocks kept falling. His personal fortune, $120 billion, became $90 billion, then $70 billion, and then $46 billion in just 2 weeks. The world's second richest man has just lost more personal wealth faster than anyone else in the history. Every analyst said the same thing. The empire was built on leverage. When the stock kept falling, the leverage would kill you. Nobody comes back from a collapse this fast. They were all wrong. 5 weeks later, an American walked in with $2 billion and bet the opposite. Part 2 is out next week.